In today's video, I will be guiding you through the basics of the Path of Exile trade economy, help you set up your first trade, and buy your first item. Let's go! The first thing we should discuss when talking about trading is currency, because that's kind of obvious that trading needs some sort of a currency. But in case of Path of Exile, there is no one central currency in the traditional sense, such as in other games, gold, platinum, diamond, US dollars, stuff like that. There is these orbs, which can be used to modify items, and because these have a value on how important they are in upgrading or enhancing an item, the player base has decided that these have a relative value compared to each other, and these are used for trading. The most basic one is going to be Orb of Alchemy, because this is going to be the first trading currency that you will encounter. This can be used to buy very cheap low-level uniques or just basic items. Now the second is going to be the Chaos Orb, and the player base generally considers this the base trading currency. Now this is going to be your most common one as well. You're going to buy your items and sell your items for Chaos Orbs, like 99% sure. The next one is the Exalted Orb. Now this is a very rare currency and this has a lot of value. Usually costed around 120, 130 Chaos Orbs, but recently it dropped to around 50, 60. And in the new upcoming leagues, we'll see how much the price will change, as all of the prices on the market are based on supply and demand, so everything is fluctuating. We'll see how the balance will settle. The next most expensive is going to be the Divine Orb, as this will be given a lot of crafting values, and the way of getting them is going to be heavily reduced, so we will see how the price of these will change. Now, there are several ways of getting into the trading economy into Path of Exile, and one of the most basic ones is just the trade chat. Now the next one is the official trade website, as it's actually pretty useful. Now if we go here, you'll see that there are a lot, and I mean a lot of filters. Basically there is filters for everything. If a stat in the game exists, it probably has a filter for it. If you just look up for search without any filter in, you're going to see just the most basic, cheapest items just flow in. And as I said, the asking price here is the Orb of Alchemy, which is the cheapest one that I've said. Here you're going to see the items look, the item stats, the seller, if the seller is online or not. Here you can click the Whisper button, which I'll say in a minute about. Let's say I want to buy this ring because let's say we just want it. We click Whisper, and as you can see, the Whisper message is now copied. Now if we go back in game and we press enter, press Ctrl V, a message is already typed in for us with all the necessary information. Here's the player's name who we want to message, Rage Band, 2 stone ring, the item's name, listed for 1 elk, that is the price of the item which was set. In standard, now you can either be in standard or the current league, which was Sentinel, and it's going to be Calandra. Stash tab, buy out 1 elk, it's going to be the name of the stash tab where the item is, and the position from left 1 and top 6. The way you set up sales in Path of Exile is through stash tabs. Now there are 2 types of stash tabs. One is the basic, which you get when you just start out the game, and the other one is premium. Now for trading, you will need premium stash tabs. Now it's going to cost you real money, but don't worry about it, it's a minuscule amount and you only need 1 tab. So I feel like we're talking about an ARPG here, which you're most likely to play for tens or hundreds of hours, if not more. So I feel like playing just like $1 or $2 for a game which is all around free, I feel like is a very good price. Here you can buy upgrade to premium stash tab. Now that we have a premium stash tab, we can click right click to customize. We can set up a unique name, but one of the most important part is it's public. If it's not for public, then let me just take an item. I place it here, and if I right click on it, nothing happens. But if I just go back, customize, we set it to public, we have 2 different options. One of them being each item individually priced, and the other is set exact price on all items. Now this negotiable price is, I never really go with this one because I just don't like the negotiable price. It's either all the same or it's individually priced. Let's say we want each item individually priced. we click the little tick. Now we right click on this item and we can set up a price. It can either be negotiable, exact. Now we set an exact price for it, and now we need to figure out how much this item is going to cost. But one way to figure out how much your item is going to cost is to use a vacant PoE trade macro. I'm going to leave in the description for this. And if once you've set it up, you just press a specific key combination which you set up. For me it's Control D, and it's going to pop up with this window. Now here you can see your item's name here and the price it is generally for sale for, as you can see, and these are legit sales which other people have set up, and you are going to be able to find this item on the website for around this price. Now we can do a double check. Now we only need to just write the item's name. Cam's Hearts, it auto completes if you click on it. Now these are the 10 chaos sales, and we could message any of these guys and just get the items. We can put this item here and just, let's say we set it up for 12 chaos maybe, because that's a price we think is fair for this item. But in terms of rare items, it's a lot more complicated. You can still use the Control D hotkey, but it's going to give you an estimated price. Now there are a lot of modifiers that you can take in. Let's say we want to use lookup for the max life and the all res. We click and it's not really a good item if the price is giving is to like 1 alch, 2 alchs maybe. So yeah, this is not really a good item. It can be an indication that your item is not really good if you're getting priced that cheap. Now we have found an item which has 103 max life and some resist, and maybe the intelligent can be good too. We press Ctrl D, and the most important stats which players are usually looking for are already ticked in. Now this is like 1 chaos, 2 chaos, so it's not that terrible bad. But if we want to include the intelligence, the price jumps up to like 4 chaos, 5 chaos, 10 chaos. These probably have other modifiers, but if you exactly want to know why this is 4 chaos, why this is 5 chaos, etc., you can click this trade button here, and this will basically pop up a trade website which shows the items that are here, and you can kind of compare it to yourself. These are your item stats and these are the ones that other players have listed, and sometimes it's not gonna be fair or even reasonable. Sometimes people just set prices on items willy-nilly, but sometimes most of the time it's a good indication, because an item is too cheap, people are gonna notice that very cheap item and they're usually going to buy it very fast. And if a price is set way too high for an item, it's most likely not gonna sell. So you can kind of see an indication for that in the listed a day ago part of this, because if it's been up for like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in an active league, that item is most likely way more overpriced than it should be. How the trade goes, usually you will get invited to a party. Now what you need to be prepared is take exactly the same amount of currency as you have messaged for, so you know it makes the trading easier if everything is being set up and you only need to just press the accept trade request. You put in the currency, you check that the item that you're looking for is exactly what you wanted, click accept, and now you are a nice person and you write thank you, and now you can just leave the current party and go back to our own hideout, and we have done our first trade in PoE. Nice. Now I hope you've liked this little video. If you want to learn more about Path of Exile, you can check the videos here, and see you later. Bye!